Welcome to Digimon.
Hello and welcome to Digimon and welcome to another deck profile. If you're liking this content, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel and ding that notification bell so you're not missing out on any of the latest content. And I would very much appreciate, me personally, as well as the team, if you did, because this took me some cooking today and it is very late, the day before upload. I've never been this backlogged before, so I hope you appreciate it. Anyways, Tyrannomon. So we are looking at Tyrannomon today. I have experimented with Tyrannomon for ages, pretty much ever since I started playing the game, really. It was like the second deck I ever really built, after my, my good old friend Greymon. This is what I've kind of come up with for BT17. It's obviously not going to be breaking any sort of meta any time soon, but we've got some good things going on. Previous kind of builds that you might have seen on the channel, you're noticing that I've gone back to green. I haven't done the red kind of shenanigans that I did last build. And build before then, I was doing Dino Rabbit because Yu-Gi-Oh memes. But this time around, I've kind of gone back to the Palmon sort of stuff that I did before. So we've got Nyaromon as our egg, just to give us a bit of DP boost, especially because of one card that we have. Just also FYI as well, I haven't built this deck IRL. I need to build it IRL, and I very much want to, but I'm missing some parts from it, and I'll kind of go over those as we go along. But anyways, for Nyaromon, just to give us that 1000 DP when we are suspended, which is good. So that means when we're attacking in, we're gaining 1000. If we've left ourselves suspended, then we get that boost as well, just to make us a bit more difficult to beat over, which is very, very handy. Then we've got the Palmon stuff. We'll first go over the OG ST4 Palmon. This is in here mainly to be a Palmon name for Palmon X, but also because of the fact if you attack an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon gets 2000 DP for the turn, and that's not once per turn. And we do have ways of unsuspending in this as well, so we could potentially kind of keep getting that boost if we attack an opponent's Digimon, which is really cool. And obviously with the Tyrannomon stuff, that's a lot of the aim of what we're doing. It's not always the aim of what we're doing, but it is still something really cool. Then we've got the BT14 Palmon. I'm putting this back in. I'm also very much hoping I still have my playset of this, otherwise that's going to be a bother. But I'm sure I do. I think I do. I'll check my binder at some point. But this Palmon is fantastic. It has been since BT14. It's not as widely used as it used to be, but I still think it's really good in combination with the Palmon X. So, start of main, one of your opponent's Digimon gains all turns. When this Digimon becomes suspended, lose 2 memory, which is really nice, because if they've left something out, you push this out, you go into your Palmon X, or if you manage to suspend with one of your other effects, that's 2 memory, easy. Then the Inheritable is also really nice as well. When this Digimon would Digivolve, if you've got a green Tamer, and we play lots of Tamers in this, you reduce the Digivolution cost by 1, so that is really nice. Then, of course, we've got Palmon X, so this one's really simple. Can Digivolve on top of the Palmons for 0. Suspend one of your opponent's Digimons. That works in combination with the BT14 one to get you that 2 memory. Also, speaking of memory, when you're playing a Tamer, you gain 1 memory as well, which is nice, just makes them cost a little bit less. Then, going into the Champions, you'll notice we are only playing 8, which is dangerous, I do realise. But I was really struggling with numbers, and it just worked out the way it worked out, really. Plus, one of our level 5s is quite cheap, one of our level 6s is quite cheap. We've got some cheeky little recovery things we can do. But we've gone for 4 each of these Tyrannomon. So we've got the BT14 Tyrannomon. If this Digimon has Tyrannomon, for the turn, start of main, when this Digimon, I was reading the Inheritable, when this Digimon would Digivolve into a card with Tyrannomon in its name, or the Dinosaur or Ceratopsian trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1, which is superb. That is really, really nice. That carries over as well, so it's not just one and done. It will keep reducing all throughout the turn, which is really nice. Then it also has that end of turn. If this Digimon has Tyrannomon in its name, or the Dinosaur Ceratopsian trait, it may attack. Also in light of this, obviously, very excited for the EX8 stuff that's coming up, because, oh my god, Tyrannomon's going to be really fun in EX8. It'll probably be more Rogues-ish, but Rogue is better than nothing. It's been jank for, like, the longest time. It's, some people call it literal fucking dog water. by EX8, when we've got those new cards out, that'll be really, really handy for this deck, and will kind of put us in a bit more of a red-green direction rather than a predominantly green direction. Next one is the Tyrannomon from BT11. On play, when Digivolving, you may play one Tamer card with a play cost of 3 or less from your hand without paying the cost. So that is 6 out of our 8 Tamers, which is really nice, and then gives a 2000 DP boost if you've got a Tamer in play, which is really nice. Technically, you could use this in any deck that wants to kind of just play out loads of Tamers, because it is just one Tamer with a play cost of 3. It is completely generic. I just hiccuped on camera. Wonderful. Which is really, really good. Then going into our level 5s, we've got the Metal Tyrannomon from BT11. So when Digivolving and on play, for each green or black Tamer that you have in play, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. Then one of your opponent's suspended Digimon can't unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase. So obviously there's only during the unsuspend phase. So if they've got ways of unsuspending during the main phase, it's kind of null and void, but it can kind of stall some decks, which is nice. Then it also does have the inheritable of when this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack, which goes really well with the Rust Tyrannomon Ace, because that also does that. Then we've got the Mame Tyrannomon. So this is one of the cards that I need to get a playset of. I've got 2 of. I need to try and get another couple of copies for it. Hopefully I can trade for some down at DU. I do know Alex is looking to possibly build dinosaurs. He's talked about building dinosaur stuff for ages, so he might not trade this. But you know, you never know. He might. If he's kind. No, I'm joking. But anyways, going into Mame Tyrannomon. So this one's really cool. So it digivolves for 3 on top of any Tyrannomon in name, which is nice. As well as also anything with Mamemon in its name. So that's also doubly nice. It has collision and blocker, which is a really nice kind of combination. It could be defensive and offensive in that sense. When an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, this is an all turns effect it has. You may unsuspend this Digimon, and it has that as its inheritable effect as well. So, you know, if you manage to suspend stuff on your turn with your Rust Tyrannomon Ace, you'll unsuspend. If you do that by using the Blast Ace mechanic, then you also are going to be unsuspending. So it's really nice, and the collision can be really good for a bit of clearance as well, force them to kind of block into something. I was doing a test match before against a Myotismon player and managed to kind of force, after giving this a DP boost as well, managed to actually force his Myotismon Ace to block and then got the overflow. So that's really nice. Then going next, we're going to go into Rust Tyrannomon Ace first. So of course this is our main boss monster. Digivolves for 4 on top of any green or 3 on top of anything with Tyrannomon in its name, and Mame Tyrannomon is counted as having Tyrannomon in its name as well, so that's really nice. It will suspend all of your opponent's Digimon with DP less than or equal to itself, and all turns when an opponent's Digimon is deleted in battle, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So that's really nice. Trashing, of course, is a really nice mechanic. It's a shame we can't kind of trash more stuff, but potentially you could, if you like. I was experimenting potentially with playing like Chimeramon and Rapidmon, for example. And you could potentially put a Rapidmon in the trash underneath your Chimeramon to get a trash, but then you're still only going to get one of those in the stack, so it's not really going to do much. But Rust Tyrannomon is really nice. It's just a shame it doesn't have like blocker. If it had like an inheritable blocker or something like that, that would be really nice. Because its effect is all turns. So if it deletes something in battle, on both yours or your opponent's turn, you'll get to trash something, but you don't really have a way to facilitate that on the opponent's turn unless they like attack into your suspended Digimon and you go into this and you just so happen to be bigger than them. It's a little bit janky. Then the other level 6, you'll notice I've got 2 copies of I've seen some people say this weird. I'm going to say Parasitemon because I look at the word and it says parasite. I could be wrong. Maybe it's kind of pronunciated in a different way in the movie that it's from. I haven't seen that movie, so maybe it's like Parasier. I think someone said Parasier at one point, which is weird. It doesn't have an accent on the E or anything, so I'm going to say Parasitemon. Let me know in the comments if I'm right or wrong. Anyways, this one's really interesting. So it's got a hand main effect, kind of similar to like the Legend Arms stuff, for example. So you pay 4 cost, and then what you're going to do is you place this card as one of your level 5 or higher Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, and you may suspend one of your opponent's Digimon and attack an opponent's Digimon with the Digimon this was placed under, which is really nice. That actually works really nice in combination with the Mame Tyrannomon, because then you can attack trigger collision. And why that's also really good is this actually has an inheritable of giving 3000 DP on your turn, so it can boost everything up, which is really nice. It also has Alliance, and end of its own attack, you may place it under one of your other Digimon's bottom Digivolution card, and that's any level as well. So if it is just kind of there and it survives its attack, then it will be able to kind of, you know, put itself back under something to boost something out and everything. And what's really cool about it as well is it actually can pop out of your sources when an opponent's effect would delete the Digimon that it's under. So the Parasitemon kind of comes out. There it is, and it's really nice because it's a level 6. It means we can actually digivolve our level 7s on top of it, which is really handy to get like a free level 6, especially because if Tyrannomon Ace dies, he's a nice big juicy target. This can then at least, we've still got something on the board, which is nice. Then going into our level 7s, we've got one Quartzmon. I just traded my second Quartzmon, which is why I have planned to only have one. But this is kind of needs no introduction. He's one of the big three in our Jank Tank series for a reason. Suspend all of the Digimon and Tamers on the board. For every 2 unsuspended Digimon and or Tamers, you gain a memory, so it can basically pay for itself if the board is large enough. All turns, every other Digimon other than Quartzmon cannot unsuspend, so you can just lock out entire boards. It's a really good floodgate. Then when attacking, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon or Tamers, then trash the top card of your opponent's screw stack for every 5 suspended Digimon and or Tamers. So technically you don't have to do the first part because the second part is a separate sentence, but if they have managed to get anything out that hasn't been suspended by its you know, when digivolving effect, or hasn't been kind of left suspended by its all turns, then at least you can then kind of go, oi, get back in there, you know, suspend them. Next, level 7, we have got Imperial Dramon Paladin Mode Ace. This is another card I do not have, so I'm going to need to try and acquire one at some point, and I really like it. In that Motusmon match where I was just doing a bit of testing, this actually came in really clutch. So what it's going to do, obviously you can blast on top of any of your stuff. On play when digivolving, you trash all Digivolution cards of all of your opponent's Digimon, then return all cards from yours or your opponent's trash to the bottom of the deck. If this effect returned a white level 7 card, gain 3 memory. This card is actually absolutely fantastic, and actually managed to get Charles a win when we played at Evo Cup this past weekend, because he managed to put his own trash back into his own deck to stop himself from decking out, which is really cool. And it also gains 3 memory if there's just happens to be a level 7 white Digimon in there. That doesn't come up a lot, but you know, it's there. Also, speaking of that Imperial Digimon deck profile, we are planning to film that at locals tomorrow, so expect to see that next week. Then going into our Tamers, so we've got Mimi as our memory tamer. Mimi is just the token best green tamer there is and ever probably will be. It obviously sets us to 3. If you've got a level 5 or higher Digimon, green Digimon specifically, if you can then play in play, you can suspend this tamer to hatch 1 Digi-Egg to an empty space in your breeding area, and or move a level 3 or higher Digimon from your breeding area to the battle area. So really good. And obviously what's cool about that moving is the Digimon, even if you digivolve that turn in the breeding area, because the breeding area is a different area, it allows it, when you move out, to swing, which is really cool. It kind of gives like a pseudo rush, so that's always nice and cheeky. Then we've got our Tigers. We've got 3 copies of the BT2 and 3 copies of the BT11. Both have kind of similar jobs. The Tiger will give piercing to all of our Digimon with Tyrannomon in name, so obviously the all of the level 4s, the level 5s, and one of our level 6s will gain that piercing, which is really good. And you can suspend this tamer to reduce the Digivolution cost of one of your Tyrannomons by 1. Then the other Tiger gives us a 1000 DP boost on all of our Digimon, and then one of your green or Digimon would digivolve into a level 5 or higher card. By suspending this tamer, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1, so that's really handy as well. Then we've just got to round off the deck. We've got 4 agility training, 2 green memory boost. I'm very tempted to go on a 3-3 split rather than a 4-2, but I'm trying a 4-2 split at the moment. This might get punished by like Imperial Dramon, but to be fair, this deck's not really doing much to Imperial Dramon anyway. Right, anyways, it's very late, and I realise, but we will try and hop into a game just to kind of show off what this deck can do. Hopefully we come across something that's jank enough that we stand a chance, rather than something that will make us really sad. Let's jump into it. We're not going to keep this hand. This hand is not much better. This is a deck I was tempted to actually do for this deck profile, actually, but I haven't made any changes to it, so I thought, you know, maybe I should really, because it's a deck I know better, whereas this one you know, it's kind of more last minute changes. Let's go green memory boost. And grab Palmon. Sorry, Quartzmon, I need a rookie. Go 0 here into Palmon. And then we'll go... do we want to set up first? We'll set up first. I'll go Tiger. So it looks like a DNA might be coming my way. Yeah, I will show off my Armadillo deck at some point. It's a Jumbo Gamemon Armadillo deck. I call it Jumbo Dillo. Or saving it for Jank Tank. But I may go ahead and go for it at some point. Let's... Main issue is we only kind of use the start of main for this, which conflicts with this start of main, which is an issue. Let's go... Inbreeding... I'm just going to go into another Tiger. Just more setup. More setup. I'm not in any rush at the moment. Also, I love the fact that this guy's playing Armadillo. He's called Medillo Man. That's fantastic. Rust is so wet. I never noticed how wet he is in this. I know it's a weird thing to notice, but when someone takes their time like this, you can't help but notice your wet Rust Tyrannomon. My wet dinosaur. Or wet robot. Wet dinosaur robot. There you go. He's finally hatched his egg. Fantastic. Gonna do Medillo Man. And I feel like if he gets his 2 champions, then he can go off to the races and do his DNA. And actually, the way he's doing this is very clever, because it means that I'm not really going to have anything to interact with. Especially if he does go into Shakuamon. And I was saying that Shakuamon can't get around collision. So, you know, that's a thing at least. Oh, he just added Magnamon X. That's fun. Now gone reinforcing memory boost. Okay, so we've got some things coming our way in the future. Right, so we're going to have to book it. So we're going to do this. We're going to choose this one. I'm going to go green memory boost. Boost us up to 5. We're then going to go into Tyrannomon, which unfortunately is going to be 3 cost, but, you know, we can't really make use of that. Then, there we go. Go there. I'm going to go into Mame Tyrannomon for 3. We'll actually get to reduce the cost by 2, which is nice. Then we are going to swing. They're going to use collision. Hopefully they'll do it on this one, but I don't think they will. And to be fair, if they don't, then we're cool anyway. Oh, they have done it. Fine. Cool. Nice. Thanks. We'll unsuspend. They lose 2 memory. That dies. We get piercing, which luckily we didn't die to. We're then going to go Rust Tyrannomon Ace for 3 cost. Suspend that. Then this has the end of turn blitzy shenanigan stuff, so we're going to use this. And we'll grab the Palmon. Then end of turn, we get to attack. I'm going to attack into this, because we get the piercing and we get the trash. Woof! That was lucky that was the trash. Ooh. Spooky stuff in this deck. Okay, so this is going well. This is going well. I feel like we're showcasing stuff. As you can see by the timer up here, I've been doing this for a while. Things have not been going our way. Hopefully they will in this one. I'm feeling good about this one. Even if we lose it, I think I will keep this match for you guys. Because I think we're doing a nice bit of showcase of some of the combos in this deck and what we can kind of do with the collision and everything. I'm definitely going to have to get some more Mame Tyrannomons. I think he's really cool. Does need a bit of a DP boost, I think, especially if we've got piercing, because that could have been risky. Right, so they're going to get 3 whole memory, and then oof, that's doity. You doity boy, how dare you do that to me? I'm going to hopefully make you pay for that, because you can't attack that Vikemon. Aha! Parasitemon! Get wrecked. Oh no! Heaven's judgment. Well, that just seems rude. Okay, so we're going to have to build back up again, which is a bit of a problem. Hopefully we can do it in such a way that we're not going to leave them at too much of an advantage. Yeah, perfect. We can leave them on 1. I hope your Vikemon ace dies, Medillo man. I hope you swing in and it dies. And if you somehow get into a Paladin mode ace or something like that, I hope that swings in and dies. What are you going to do, Medillo man? We're at fairly level pegging. He's not even hatched yet. Again, come on. Hatch your egg, Medillo man. I have people who are watching who are not entertained by your egglessness. I mean, at the very least, I'm not entertained by your egglessness. Though it's probably, to be fair, it's probably not his fault. It's probably lag or something like that. There you go, egg. Right, what are you going to do on your Juan memory? Decided not to play that at start of main. Interesting. Interesting indeed. He's going in with the Vikemon. Oof. Didn't get punished. Unfortunate. I wished for your punishment. Now, if we could get the Mame Tyrannomon instead of this, we can kill both of these, which would be really nice. But I don't think we're going to. Go to 3. Let's push on up. We'll go agility training. Go here. Might as well use these to make it cost nothing at all. I'm going to choose for this one to not unsuspend, just in case they do an ace thing, because I've saw them play Paladin mode. If they've got Paladin mode in this, it will make me very, very upset, because it'll strip all my sources and make me weenie. In fact, it'll make me too weenie. Now, other thing, have we got the right thing underneath? We don't, do we? No, so I don't have the blitz available. So we're going to have to go into this for 3, and then we're just going to go boom. And pray we don't get aced. Cool. We did not get aced. Trash that. Trash that. And piercing. Unfortunately, we don't have a means of getting game here. So we're going to have to set up in the back. Do you know what? I'm gonna play out this Tyrannomon for 5. Leave them on 1. Oh, never mind. I've got that in my inheritables. So we did not leave them on one. We'll go Tyrannomon. Get the starter main effect on the roll. It leaves them on 3, but, you know, is what it is. But we've got Paladin Mode Ace in hand as well, so if they do anything to upset us, we can make them pay. Make them pay! Medillo Man, my arch nemesis. Right. They've got enough memory. They could probably start going into... Yeah, there you go. So, Sheepmon. Then go into another... Actually, oh, they don't have the end of turn, actually. So, I mean, they've got 2 memory, though. So, yeah, they'll be fine. They're not going to use those, because they're probably going to DNA and de-digivolve this. Which would be a shame. That gives them a blocker. Stunning my Tyrannomon because they're planning on doing nefarious things to this one. Now, I'd be surprised if they don't DNA here. Yeah, there you go. Dunno. De-digivolve that. They're going to do it again? Issue. I reckon they're going to go into that bloody... They've got an armor form. That means they can go into Magnamon X. Yay. However, that being said, Magnamon X will not be able to block twice. I'll only be able to block once. So as long as they haven't got a decent ace in hand. But saying that, they might just have game. Because they might be able to like go into something to unsuspend. I'd be surprised if they can. And I'm hoping they can't. They don't have... Do you have reboot? No. I don't think they can go into anything on top of this for 2 memory. So I think we've got it. Very close. But I think we've... Oh. Please don't run Valkyremon. If you run Valkyremon Ace, I'll be very upset. This won't die, though, to be fair. So off goes Tyrannomon. Wait, what? Why can't I attack security? Do I have to attack a Digimon? It just says this Digimon attacks. Why do I have to attack this? Excuse me? Any particular reason why I have... Oh, that's why he stunned it. That clever bastard. Wow. Okay. Fair play. That's pretty clever. Not gonna lie. So that dies. They've got... They didn't ace, but that doesn't mean they can't ace. So... I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. Got a lot of slowdown all of a sudden. We'll do this one as well, because that way it'll cost us nothing. We're not going to use the last one though. So that suspends their board. I will choose for this to not be able to unsuspend. We'll hatch a Digi-Egg. Go 0 into it. And swing for game, please. Oh, thank God. Right. That was an ordeal, but we got a win with Tyrannomon. As you can see by that timer, which I've already pointed out once, this was a tough thing to do. But I hope you guys like this build for Tyrannomon. Obviously, you can see there's a few different tricks it can do. We didn't get to show off everything, but there is some things which you can do which is pretty interesting. I think I can already see some improvements I'd want to make, so adding in a couple more level 4s for definite. Having only 8 was a risk, which paid off in this match, but not in previous ones that you guys won't have seen. But let me know what you guys think below. I know I remember on the last Tyrannomon one, there was a guy that is on it with commenting on Tyrannomon stuff. So hopefully he commented again. I can't remember his name, but I'll know him if and when he does. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like, subscribe, and ding that notification bell. And we'll see you next time for the next video. But until then, keep it digital.